Okay, we're going to look at creating some hyperlinks, and we're going to look at using images in this section. Um, Now, I've put it in the instructions at the top of this section about aims, links and images. We've got an image here that we're going to use in the example, and also I've got some code that we're going to use as well. Now, I don't want, as I said before, I don't want this to turn into a typing course, so I'm just going to copy this wee bit of code here and keep that on my clipboard. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to make a folder called links and images, which I've asked you for you to do there. So you'll see there I've already made it. If you're in any doubt, you right click, new folder, and then type in folder name here, whatever you want. Okay, I see I've already made mine called links and images there. Alright, so in here, links and images, what I've got is I've got the castle.png file, but I'm going to show you how you put that in there. So on my course page, I've got this picture of the castle, which we're going to use. I'm going to right click and I'm going to save image as, and you'll see here it's called castle1. Now I'm just going to change that to castle, just there, and I'm going to make sure I've got the right folder, and it's web course, links and images, and save it in there. Now this is important because if you don't put the right image in the right folder, then when you go to do your images, it won't work. So I'm just going to move that back across off my screen, and you'll see I've got links and images, and I've got my castle image in there. Now as the course goes on, I won't be doing this all the time because I'll start to presume that you have the knowledge, but that there is your what we need for this particular lesson. So again, I can just get rid of that. So I'm going to open up brackets. Okay, and I'll just close that. I don't need that open. So in this case, again, I'm going to make a new. You see, links and images is there because it's the folder I've made. I don't want that there. I'll just drag that out. So there's my beginning coding section with the earlier. There's links and images. So in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on File, and I'm going to go to New, and I'm going to go back and get my code off of this bit of the page and copy it and paste it in. Okay, and I will save this one as I'm going to do external hyperlink. So I'll save this as external .html. Okay. So you'll see up there external.html, and it's appeared in the links and images folder. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Or has it? Right, so I've made a wee mistake there. When I've saved it, I've just saved it into the web course folder. So let's look at how we can fix that. So you'll see external is sitting in the web course folder and not in links and images. It's easily fixed. So I'll cancel that save. I'll go into external and just drag it on top of links and images, and now it's in the links and images folder. So if I go to file and go to, in fact I'll close that. So I'll click on the close and go to file and open, and now you'll see there's no file sitting in here, but if I go into links and images, and you'll see now external is sitting in the links and images file. So a wee mistake there, but that'll let you see how you can move things if you save it into the wrong folder. It's easy just to drag it in. So we've got the external file, which is what I want, and you'll see there that I've got my content that I've typed in. Now in here, I've put a wee comment that says content goes in here. You can leave that in if you want or take it out, it doesn't really matter. What I'm going to look at here is I'm going to look at creating a hyperlink. Okay, now we're going to use something called attributes and values in hyperlink creation, but for the main thing at this point, I'm just going to show you how you make a working link. So in order to make a working link, what you want to do, make sure you're in the body, okay, in between the body tags. And I'm going to put in A. And I will just say, let me see what page we'll link to. We will link to the college website. So I'll say Glasgow Clyde College. Okay, now if I save this at this point and then click on my live preview button, there we go. So nothing, it's not, click on it, nothing happens, it's not working at the moment. Alright, and the reason being I've not added any attributes to this. So I've got to add an attribute into the opening tag, and this is going to be a hypertext reference, and the short for that is href. Okay, so href equals, and then what I've got to do is put in my link to Glasgow Clyde College. Now I'll do this off the top of my head, but I think it's https://www.glasgowclyde.ac.uk. Okay, and make sure, you'll notice there that I've got the quotes. So in here, and again I'll talk about this later on, we've got our tag, we've got our attribute which is href, and we've got our value in quotes, which is the address we want to go to. So I'll save that, and I will click on my live preview. Now it looks a wee bit different this time. You'll see now that the fact I've added on this href attribute means that it creates the hyperlink for us. So if I move my mouse over it, it turns to the kind of pointer. Okay. So if I go into the pointer there, this is where it's going to take me. Now if you look down at the very bottom of your page, you'll see it's popped up with https www.glasgowclyde.ac.uk. So I'll click on it, and you'll see it takes us to the Glasgow Clyde course. If I want to go back to my page, I just click on back there. Okay. Now again, if I want to make another link, I'll take a new line, I'll put in a href equals, and in this case I'll go https, and I'll go to eBay, www.ebay.co.uk. Okay, and in there I'll write eBay. Now in here, it doesn't matter again what you put between the tags, as long as this is right. What happens between the tags is what the user will see on the screen. So again, I'll save that, and I'll put the live preview on. And there's the eBay link. Now at the moment it doesn't look very good because you'll see that there's very little space between them, but we can look at that later on and how we make that look a wee bit better. Click on eBay, and it takes me to the eBay site. Okay, and I'll click on back. Now let me show you what happens, a couple of common errors. If I put in a href equals, and I'll go for BBC this time. Okay. Let's save it and preview it. And you'll see that the BBC is still black, and that's because I've put href. So I'll have to change that to href. Now another wee mistake, common mistake, is the quote. People forget to close the quotes, and you'll probably see me doing that sometimes in my code as well. So I forgot to close that, so let's see what that looks like now. Nothing. Okay, and again that's because it doesn't know to create the actual bit of code, so I'll put the quote in there, and I'll get my live preview back up, and you'll see BBC appears now. Now something else to notice here, If I've clicked on the link, it becomes a kind of purple, but if I haven't, it's blue. And again, that's just the default values that we can change later on the course. Other common wee mistakes that you might put in is, let me see, you might forget to open the quote, and you'll see there that causes chaos. When it goes red, that means there's errors. So again, just save it. Let's see what errors it causes. BBC link appears, but when I click on it, it doesn't work. Okay, so again, we need to go back and fix that. So just watch your typos, but that is how you create an external hyperlink to another website.